If you're 18, 28, or 38, and you feel like you're doing everything right, but life is still expensive, you're not imagining it. A lot of young adults today are working, studying, hustling, and trying to build a stable life. But the numbers don't feel fair. Rent climbs faster than pay. Groceries cost more. Interest rates change the math on everything from mortgages to car payments. And the starter life many of us were promised, school, job, home, family, now feels like something you need exceptional luck to reach. This video is for young adults starting independent life, and for young couples trying to build something stable in a world that keeps getting more expensive. Before we break down the reasons, quick reminder, if videos like this help you understand money, life, and the system better, consider subscribing. It helps the channel grow, and it tells the algorithm this content is worth showing to more people who feel the same pressure you do. Now, let's get into the real reasons. Reason number 1, housing became the biggest bill. Everywhere, housing used to be a problem mainly in big cities. That's no longer true. When prices explode in major cities, people move outward. That pushes prices up in smaller towns. Then those people move again. Over time, rent and home prices rise across entire regions, not just downtown areas. So even if you move somewhere cheaper, it often isn't cheap anymore. At the same time, borrowing money became more expensive. That means the same home now costs much more per month than it did a few years ago. First-time buyers get locked out, more people are forced to rent, and competition pushes rents even higher. For young adults, this creates a squeeze. Buying feels impossible. Renting eats a huge portion of income. Saving becomes slower or stops completely. When shelter alone takes a third or even half of your income, everything else becomes fragile. Reason number 2. Paychecks didn't catch up with the new price reality. You may hear that inflation has come down, but prices didn't come down with it. Inflation slowing means prices are rising more slowly, not that they returned to old levels. The price floor moved up, and many wages never fully caught up. For a lot of workers, especially younger ones, purchasing power is still weaker than it was before the inflation surge. Raises happened, but often not enough to offset higher rent, food, insurance, and transportation. This hits younger people harder because entry-level wages are lower, essentials take a bigger share of income. There's less financial buffer, so even when you're earning more on paper, life can still feel tighter than before. Reason number 3. Debt became a standard part of adulthood. Debt used to be something people tried to avoid. Now, it's built into the system. Many young adults start life already owing money, student loans, car loans, credit cards, or buy now, pay later plans. And debt doesn't just take money, it takes freedom. A monthly payment raises your minimum cost of living, reduces how much you can save, makes every price increase more painful. Student debt alone represents trillions in outstanding balances spread across people in their 20s, 30s, and even 40s. Add consumer debt on top of that, and adulthood starts with the financial weight attached. This is why many people delay moving out, getting married, having kids, starting a business. Debt doesn't mean you failed. It means the system charges interest on the beginning of your life. Reason number 4. Starting a family became extremely expensive. For couples trying to build a family, costs don't rise gradually, they stack all at once. Think about what changes. Housing needs increase. Childcare becomes necessary, food, clothing, transportation. Costs grow, health and insurance gaps appear. Childcare alone can take a large share of a household's income, especially during the early years. And beyond money, there's the cost of time. When time is limited, people spend more for convenience, prepared food, delivery, faster solutions. That's not irresponsibility, that's survival. This is why many young couples feel like they're doing okay but still struggling. It's not one big expense, it's many medium ones hitting at the same time. Reason number 5. Essentials became unpredictable. Even when overall inflation slows, essentials stay volatile. Food prices jump, energy costs fluctuate, insurance premiums rise. Rent renewals come with surprises. Young adults usually have smaller savings, so when something spikes, a car repair, medical expense, or rent increase, it doesn't just hurt. It reshapes the entire month. You can cancel streaming services. You can't cancel food, shelter, or transportation. This constant uncertainty keeps people in defensive mode, focused on surviving the next expense instead of building long-term stability. Reason number 6. The system rewards asset owners more than earners. This is one of the hardest truths to accept. If you own assets, like a home, investments, or a business, your wealth can grow even while you sleep. If you rely mainly on wages, your income is limited to your time. People who bought homes years ago benefited from rising values and lower borrowing costs. People starting today face higher prices, higher rates, and higher monthly payments for less space. Same effort, different starting line. This gap isn't about laziness or intelligence. It's about timing, and timing now costs more than ever. Reason number 7. There was no big reset. Many people hoped prices would crash back to normal, or that wages would suddenly surge. Instead, what happened is slower adjustment. Growth continues, but modestly. Borrowing costs remain higher than in the ultra-cheap money era. That means life may improve gradually, but not dramatically. Waiting for a perfect reset keeps people stuck. Which brings us to the most important part. Before we move on, quick reminder. If this breakdown is helping you understand why life feels expensive and why it's not just you, subscribe to the channel. More videos like this are coming, and subscribing helps more people find them. Practical survival plan, realistic, not motivational. This isn't about getting rich fast, it's about building a life that doesn't fall apart every time something goes wrong. Think of this plan as economic self-defense. 1. Redefine success as shock resistance, not status. Most people were taught that success looks like milestones, a degree, a job title, a house, marriage, kids. The problem is that those milestones were designed for a cheaper economy. Today, real success is how well your life absorbs shocks. Can you handle a surprise bill without panic? Can you miss a paycheck without immediate damage? Can you make a decision without being forced by money? Instead of asking, am I where I should be at my age? Ask, how fragile is my life right now? A life that can survive. A car breakdown, a rent increase, a short period of unemployment is more successful than a life that looks impressive but collapses under pressure. This mindset shift removes shame, and once shame is gone, clear thinking becomes possible. 2. Build a layered emergency fund, not one big goal. Most people fail at saving because they aim too far ahead. So don't start with 6 months of expenses. That goal is too big and may feel impossible. Instead, build layers. Layer 1. 1 week of life, rent, portion, food, transportation, phone. This is not savings. This is breathing room. Layer 2. 1 month of life. This is where stress drops noticeably. You stop reacting instantly to every problem. How to build it realistically. Automate transfers the same day you get paid. Even small amounts count. Treat it like a non-negotiable bill. The purpose of this fund isn't growth. It's decision-making power. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys time, and time is everything. 3. Treat high-interest debt like a financial leak. Most people see debt as one big number. That's a mistake. Debt is not one problem. It's multiple leaks draining your future every month. High-interest debt, credit cards, payday loans, buy, now pay later balances. These don't just cost money. They increase your minimum monthly survival cost. That means less flexibility, more anxiety, slower recovery from setbacks. The strategy is simple. Ignore the total balance. Focus on interest rate first, kill the highest interest leak, even if the balance is small. Every debt you eliminate lowers the pressure on your life. Less pressure equals better decisions. 4. Increase income by stacking one valuable skill, not hustling. Hustle culture tells people to do everything at once. That usually leads to burnout and little progress. Instead, think in terms of income leverage. Ask yourself, what skill could increase my earning power per hour? Not 10 skills. 1. Examples: a technical skill, a certification, a trade, a specialized digital ability, a professional service people already pay for, then commit to a 90-day build cycle. Learn, practice, produce proof. Projects, results, portfolio. The goal is not passion. The goal is economic usefulness. Once your hourly value rises, everything gets easier. Saving debt, repayment, family planning, mental health. Money problems feel emotional, but the solution is often technical. 5. Intentionally choose your biggest expense. Most people focus on small expenses. That's backward. Your life is controlled by 3 giant costs: housing, transportation, childcare. If you optimize just one of these, your entire budget changes. Examples: sharing housing longer than planned, living slightly farther from the ideal area, owning 1 car instead of 2, adjusting childcare arrangements creatively. These decisions are not failures. They are strategic adaptations to a more expensive system. You don't need to win everywhere. You need to reduce pressure where it hurts most. Final mindset shift. The economy changed faster than expectations did, so survival today requires flexibility over image, stability over speed, strategy over comparison. You are not behind. You are adapting to a harder game. And adaptation, not perfection, is how people survive and eventually thrive in this environment. If you're watching this at 19, 29, or 39, there's nothing wrong with you. You're navigating adulthood in a more expensive system with higher entry costs and less margin for error. Understanding that doesn't solve everything, but it removes shame, and shame is what keeps people stuck. If this video gave you clarity, subscribe. More explainers like this are coming, about money, life, and building stability without burnout. Thanks for watching.